Hey guys, in this video, we're talking about allowable expenses that the IRS will consider when looking at an offer in compromise or any type of installment agreement. If you don't know who I am, my name is Christian Yemen. I'm a licensed CPA and also a certified fraud examiner. So let's dive into it. When you're doing an offer in compromise or any type of installment partial pay agreement, the IRS is looking at your cash flow. They're not looking at any gap related accounting rules, or maybe it's an IRS tax law. They're not looking at that. They're looking at the family's monthly cash flow to consider, can this taxpayer pay back this IRS bill? So what they're going to do is they're going to take your monthly income, wherever source that may come from, and then they're going to take your monthly expenses to see what cash flow do you have at the end of the month. If it's in the negatives, you're more likely for offering compromise or any type of installment pay or partial pay in this case. If it's a low, you're probably looking at more of the same situation, offering compromise or a partial pay. But if that cash flow is higher than usual, what's going to happen is the IRS is going to say, hey, it looks like based on that cash flow information that you gave us, you can pay back your IRS bill, right? So that's the first thing I want to know. The IRS is looking at your cash flow in order to see, can they pay back this IRS debt? So what we need to prove to the IRS is that our cash flow is lower than what's usual. So the monthly income, that is what it is. Whatever your monthly income is, put that on that. It's going to be called like a form 433A. We'll do a separate video about that. But put that on the 433A form, that monthly income. And then the next section will basically talk about your monthly expenses. Basically, in this video, I want to talk about what allowable expenses you can use for that 433A if you're looking at basically resolving some tax issues. And once again, we'll get into the 433A in a different video. Put the link somewhere so y'all guys can view that at a later date. I'm going to tell you what's not allowed. What's not allowed is the sports, entertainment, things that the IRS considers non-family and health considered expenses that's going to basically help and support the family. So some things that they're allowing is basically food, clothing, housing, rent, utilities. Those are the basics. You have your vehicle loans. You have secured debt that you're paying. So if you're paying monthly credit card debt, medical costs too as well. And most importantly, if I didn't say this already, childcare is a monthly expense that they will consider. So the reason why I'm telling you all this is because on the 433A, or that financial interview that you have with the IRS, you want to be sure that you capture all your expenses to put on that form. Because the lower your cash flow is, the more favorable outcome you may have when resolving your IRS debt. So that's something to look into, right? So let's go over that again. You have that housing, utilities, the rent, vehicle loan payments, and also the operation cost of having that vehicle, gas, right? You want to capture all those expenses and break it down monthly. The IRS wants to look at that monthly cash flow to see if they can pay back this debt once again. So these are things to look into. Mind you, the sports and entertainment, you can't bring that as expense to them. Your travel cost, your airplane ticket, you can't send that to them. They're only looking at basically necessary expenses that supports a family and true monthly expenses for their family, right? Now, say if you're a Schedule C earner, they're going to consider that net income, so that's income after all your business expenses, as a form of revenue income, right? So make sure you capture that too as well. Basically what we want to do, we want to make sure that cash flow is low. So with CPAs that help with these services as far as tax resolution, that gives us a fighting chance to knock down that IRS tax bill if your cash flow is lower. So this is just a quick video just to go over that. Leave some comments or some questions down there so I can answer them and maybe make a video for your help. Thank you.